Hello and welcome to another review, and today I'm looking at Wild Bill, which is a new drama series on ITV starring Rob Lowe. Yeah, Rob Lowe, movie legend, on ITV. It's actually happening. So this brings to ITV something I never have expected back in the 80s. Rob Lowe in a TV series, yeah. Well, I mean, we're going through what I call a golden age of television at the moment, where pretty much the ideas for films just seem to be way too long, and you either end up with 3-hour films, or these days you end up with long miniseries. And this is certainly seems to be the way things are going, and all the better for it. So it means they can attract top talent like Rob Lowe for a UK TV series. So while growing up in the 80s, that's one thing I never would have expected to end up on ITV. The other thing is that, and especially in the light of how they treated films back in the 80s, like RoboCop and replacing a certain word with airhead, there's a fair bit of effing and jeffing in this drama. So Rob Lowe plays new Police Chief Bill Hickson, who knows that there's a 10% cut in the number of police officers, while the bigwigs also want a 10% cut of the crime rate. And so he's over here in Lincolnshire to sort that out, as well as shedding a load of jobs. But he's in Boston, Lincolnshire, the UK Boston, which is pointed out because he's American, if you hadn't guessed already. Yeah, they make that abundantly clear throughout the whole show. And we're also told that Boston is the UK's highest murder capital. Whether it is or not, I don't know. It's in the script. We first see him chasing after some baddies in a car, and then he loses track of them. And then he goes back to 1 week earlier to see how things came to that. It's rather similar to Simon Pegg's character in Hot Fuzz, where he plays a kind of holier-than-thou cop who's sent to a place he doesn't recognise, and then everyone just takes the mickey out of him for all his attitude. As such, and one of the things that happens to Rob Lowe's character, given that he's a keen cyclist, he's given a ticket for speeding on his bike. However, he does have his uses, since while one thief's out there nicking communal satellite dishes, there's a cop who thinks that the only way it can be solved is by having endless overtime, whereas Bill thinks he knows where the thief will strike next and when and where, because it's all down to the timing of major sporting events. But that's the easy part, because an accidental discovery leads to something very grisly being found in a freezer, which I can't reveal prior to the actual broadcast. Along the way, there's a fair smattering of amusing writing, such as when Bill's following journalist Angela Griffin about, and she just says that he doesn't really want to meet the public. He's trying to do like a sort of meet and greet thing, where he's supposed to look all excited and meet members of the public. And she says he's supposed to meet and greet, but he hasn't yet met or gret. Okay, she has a Manchester accent. That was a Liverpool accent. I've been watching too much of The Virtues. And about that grisly discovery, because it's been kept in the freezer, you got sarcastic pathologist Vicky Pepperdine, who says, "That's the thing about deep freeze, it's fresh as the day it was picked." There's also Bill's daughter, Kelsey, played by Aloria Spencer, who's a bit too smart for her own good, but not too annoying as kids go in TV and film dramas. And there's also Susan Lynch as the mother of the person who's deceased. But yeah, I can't sort of go into too much detail about that. So overall, the plot's a bit threadbare, and maybe it'll get a bit more meaty as it goes along, even though we've got, I can't go into too much detail, but it has got a grisly discovery. But it doesn't really sort of give it the full sort of CSI treatment that a more serious drama would do. But then this isn't a serious drama. It's more kind of amusing, slightly family-based, even though there's a bit of fruity language in there. And of course, it's got Rob Lowe to help keep things ticking along. Now, this is just a review of episode 1, but if you have a look in the video description below, you'll see a link to my website, which also has a review of episode 1. But as each week goes on, I'll add more comments and thoughts about each episode. But what's the scores on the doors for episode 1? If you're watching this before June 12th at 9 PM, then Wild Bill starts on ITV on June 12th at 9 PM. So are you wild about Wild Bill? And once it's been broadcast, what do you think of it? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Now please like this video and share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already, and cue Genesis.